Liz Travaskis.
You're listening to Liz Travaskis on ABC Local Radio across the Territory. From truck driver to full-time visual artist, local artist Edward has seen a dramatic change in his life over the last 12 months. A change inspired after the death by suicide of Edward's mate Kyle. Tomorrow night, the result of a year's work will be on display with the opening of Edward's second solo exhibition, Happy Days, a commemoration and tribute to his friend. Edward joins us now. Hi, Edward.
Hey, how you going?
Well, thank you. Tell us about your friend Kyle and tell us about the day you found out that he'd died.
Well, Kyle was always one of those people that was, always up for a party, the life of the party as well, and everyone's mate. Like, if he met you within 2 minutes, he'd know your life story. Like, he was everyone's mate and brother. And last year, he just turned 30 on the 20th of December, and then a couple of days after that, that's when he took his life. And we were meant to have Christmas Day together, whole heap of us mates. And then I went to work on Christmas Eve, and some reason he wasn't at work, and which was just a bit out of the blue. Like, he was always punctual towards work. And then so I had to do Kyle's run for the day, and then found out a few hours later that he passed away the night before.
Did you know that he hadn't been travelling well?
Not really. We always talked. Every time we saw each other, we saw each other every day of the week. We always had a chat. But I did see him the day before he passed away, and he did look a bit worried, and he did say something was up, but he said, he would tell me later, and I never found out what was up, and then,
How did you feel when you found out that news, particularly after having that final conversation with him?
I just started questioning everything, and then I still didn't believe it. For hours, I didn't believe it. So I raced back to work, and then left work and had to go to his flat just to find out, to see if it was true or not, because, in my head, it still wasn't believable. But even though everyone was telling me it was, but still didn't believe it. And then when, everyone confirmed it, then I started, I think it happens with a lot of people. You just got all this guilt on yourself, and especially me, because I think I was like one of the last people that spoke to him on the day. And, so I was just questioning myself, like, I should have just asked him to go out for a beer that night, just to talk it over and see what was going on in his head, but we never did.
Such a hard thing to go through. I can't even imagine what that would have been like, Edward. Tell us how you've gone from that experience and losing your friend and deciding to pay tribute to him through this artwork and the artwork that will be on exhibition from tomorrow. It's called Happy Days. Tell us when you started painting him and started celebrating him through your art.
Well, it probably took 2 to 3 months to almost, to just get my life back on track after him passing away. And then once I got started, ideas started flowing. And then, once I started painting them, I just started chucking them up on Facebook and all that. And when more people responded to him, like his friends and his family, especially his mum and his sister, it just started giving me more and more hope for because I was struggling as well myself, and I couldn't see past the next day. So when I completed a painting, like, that reminded me of Kyle, and then I got comments back saying, it's really nice and all that. It just gave me hope that there is another day after today, just to keep going.
And were you painting pictures of Kyle the way that you remembered him? Were you just painting art that was about how you were feeling? What is it that you've actually created, and how does it pay tribute to him?
There's many themes of these paintings and screen prints. And at the start, to me, it was just sort of like it was just stuff that came to my head was like his release sort of thing, and he's in a better place, like a lot of people were saying. And to me, there was like when you hold out your hands and you release a butterfly or something, like a lot of my paintings are, and it's just like releasing him into a happier place. And then further down the track it was just the memories we had. Like there's quite a few screen prints of like just selfies. He always he was a massive selfie person, and yeah. And it's just the memories. Like you'd always see it shoot up on Facebook, or you'd be there when he'd be doing it, like on a night out in town. And yeah, just all came from that sort of thing. And just more and more, like his favourite drink that he liked, like current draft. He always loved drinking that. So done a few pictures about that, and it's just like memories that we had, like just having a few beers on his balcony after work, or about to go out in town.
So you've spent the past year working on this exhibition. Have you sort of put work down, full-time work, for the time being while you've been doing this?
Yeah, yeah.
And you've been doing a lot of looking at Facebook to get a lot of those photos for inspiration. That must have been a pretty challenging experience. I mean, I guess it's important to look back and to remember your friend, but how hard has that been?
Yeah, at times it's good. Like I said earlier, like he just takes photos all the time. So he only had about 800 to 1,000 photos that I was always going through, and going through that many photos, it just got really, really draining, and just took it out of you. Like after looking at photos for a couple of hours, you just your day was just like you were just drained, and you couldn't do anything after that. And it did bring up a lot of good memories, I must say. But it was also really tough just seeing his face and seeing how happy he was. He always had that same smile on his face with all his mates and friends and his family and all that. And yeah, it was tough going, but yeah, I think it was good just to do it though in the end.
On ABC Local Radio across the Territory, you're hearing from local Darwin artist Edward. He's reflecting on his artwork that will be launched at Darwin Visual Arts Association tomorrow night. It's an exhibition called Happy Days, and it's paying tribute to his mate Kyle, who took his own life. Edward, have you had the support of his family as part of this, and how are they feeling about the launch tomorrow night?
Yeah, he seemed pretty chuffed about it. Like, yeah, I've always gotten comments from his mum and his sister because they're on Facebook, and she's I get messages every now and then. And I saw his mum a couple of weeks ago. Gave her some posters to advertise, and she was happy to put those posters up around town, or places that like a hairdresser or the place where Kyle used to deliver to, like she was happy to do that, like, and yeah.
Because you guys work together as truck drivers, is that right?
Yeah.
And are you getting a lot of support from your former co-workers? Will they be coming along to the exhibition launch?
There'll be a couple there. Yeah. Yeah, a couple of them, still good mates. So yeah, they're looking forward to it.
I know you've also got some people there tomorrow night who will be speaking about mental health. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, we've got the charity Living. They're not very well known in Darwin, but yeah, this is a small charity, and they're for mental health awareness and suicide prevention. And they were founded by two guys, same sort of story. The friend took his own life, and then after that they got this charity going, and we've got 10% off the sales of the paintings will all be going to them, and plus we have stickers for sale that 50% of them will go to them as well. And we've also got a spokesperson that will be there to have some speeches like halfway through the opening of the night, just to talk to anyone that needs to have a good chat, or
Edward, I reckon you'd be probably surprised to know or to find out that, even us having this kind of conversation and talking about it openly, and especially hearing from a young bloke talking about it, can really encourage other people if they need help to seek help and to have conversations about how they're travelling and their mental health. So good on you for spending all this time creating artwork to remember your friend, but good on you for also doing a little bit more than that and getting conversations going. I hope it's a nice night for you tomorrow night at the launch.
Cheers. Thanks for that.